What is this? Is it a secret button, some kind of hidden menu, or a virtual touchpad? Actually, it's all three plus a whole lot more. In this video, I'm breaking down 12 of the top tips, tricks, and hidden features of the iPhone, showing you how to do some really cool things, and showing you how to do some stuff you probably didn't even know was possible. So first, before we get into some of the crazy advanced stuff, let me show you how to take the built-in features on your iPhone you probably already know of and just kind of supercharge them and make them better. Starting first with the volume on your iPhone. Maybe you're listening to some music or you're watching back a YouTube video without headphones with some friends, and maybe that maximum volume just isn't cutting it and you want to take things just a little bit up a notch and make things a little bit louder. You can actually push the speakers a bit more on your iPhone to get the absolute most maximum amount of volume out of them. Let me show you how to do that. First, we're gonna head into the settings app, then we're gonna scroll down to the music section, then we're gonna go to EQ, and then under the EQ presets, we're going to choose the late night preset. What this is going to do is just drive those speakers a little bit more and give you just a little extra boost out of the volume on these speakers. It's not a whole lot, it's not gonna be a huge night or day difference, but if you do listen to the example side by side, you will hear that there is a slight difference between having this toggled on or off. Listen for yourself. Next tip, did you know that you can actually screenshot an entire website and not have to screenshot page by page, kind of take a screenshot, scroll down, take another screenshot and try to stitch them together? There's actually a much simpler way to do this, and there's a built-in tool that lets you capture the entire website with just one simple screenshot. Let me show you how to do that. So go ahead and just open up the website in Safari and then go ahead and take a screenshot like normal, but you'll notice after that screenshot is taken, tap on the little preview and then at the top, select the full page option. This is going to essentially save each page individually, but it's gonna combine them into one kind of giant PDF that has all of the pages included kind of in this one consolidated file. When you're done looking through it, just hit done and you can save this to PDF, you can share it, whatever you gotta do, you now have that saved on your phone. It's 2021, and unfortunately, even with all of our modern technical achievements and advancements, we still don't have a good way to really kill robocalls and unwanted spam calls. It's kind of annoying, it happens to all of us, but luckily there is a built-in tool on the iPhone that should help kind of suppress these calls and not make your phone ring all the time by automatically silencing unknown callers. Let's turn this one on. All you gotta do is head into settings, scroll down to the phone option, and then scroll down a little bit to the toggle for silencing unknown callers. Tap on that and just toggle this on. So this next tip is where things start to really get fun. So chances are by now you've seen these beautifully crafted and meticulously organized home screens that follow some kind of cool theme or some kind of cool wallpaper and have all of these really cool custom app icons. They're kind of blowing me away and they look really cool, and maybe there's a good chance that you've even created one yourself. There's only one downside to these custom home screens, and that's because of the way they're using Siri shortcuts. Every time you launch one of these apps, you get this really annoying banner at the top that shows you that this Siri shortcut was just run and completed. It's nice to know that this is happening in the background, but it's a little annoying and kind of breaks the nice seamless illusion that all of this is custom and just happening automatically. Luckily, there is a way to fix this and to silence this banner from ever popping up entirely, but it's a little bit of work, but let me show you step by step exactly how to do it. So first things first, let me actually show you how to set up one of these custom app icons, then I'll show you how to remove the banner. So jump into the Siri Shortcuts app and tap on the upper right with that little plus icon right there, tap on that, and then tap on Add Action. And here we're gonna search for the action of Open App. So type that in and then select under Actions, Open App. And then when you get prompted to choose an app, go ahead and choose the app you actually want to open from this corresponding custom icon. In this case, I'm just gonna use a demo app of just the plain old App Store that comes with the iOS device. Then go ahead and tap on the little three dots in that circle in the upper right. and then choose the Add to Home Screen option. This is where you have the option to give it a name if you want to, or you can leave it blank to keep that aesthetic very minimal, and also give yourself that custom app icon. Go ahead and choose one. You can download these online. You can make your own. Just go ahead and put that in there by tapping on the generic icon and then hitting Take Photo, Choose Photo, or Choose File. Now that we've got our custom icon, we can give this a name or just keep it the default. Let's just go ahead and hit Add, and then go ahead and hit Done. Now, if you go back to your home screen, you'll notice your custom app icon is there with its corresponding name. And if you tap on it, it does open up the app that you wanted to launch, and everything works as promised. But there's a problem. Let's do that again. See that really annoying banner at the top that shows you the shortcut was run? Yeah, let's get rid of that and make sure that doesn't pop up again. It's a little bit of a process to do that, but let me show you exactly how to do it. So first, we're gonna head into the Settings app, and we're going to go to Screen Time. Next, tap on See All Activity, and then scroll down to where it says Notifications. Now what you need to do is you need to look for an instance where the Siri Shortcuts app is sending notifications on your phone. If you're like me in my situation, I had to kind of go back through the days to find a day when this was happening because it wasn't on the most recent day, but just toggle through the days a little bit and make sure you kind of keep an eye out for that Siri Shortcuts app. So now that we found it, let's go ahead and tap on where it says Shortcuts, and now we have the option to allow notifications or not allow notifications. In this case, we're going to toggle Allow Notifications off, and this will stop the Shortcuts app from sending you notifications. Unfortunately, this does not stop the banners, but it's gonna stop what we're gonna set up next, which is a personal automation. So now that this is off, we've got a couple more steps to do. Go ahead and go back into the Shortcuts app, and now we're going to go to the Automation tab at the bottom and create a new personal automation. Now go ahead and just scroll down till you see the option for app and tap on that, and then tap the app that you want this to affect. In this case, it's gonna be that same app we already set up with the custom icon, which is the App Store. Now we're gonna wanna choose to have that action happen when the app is opened. Tap on Next, and then we wanna choose an action. In this case, we want an action that's gonna happen in the background that's not really going to affect anything on your phone. You can do things like set the zoom off, some generic stuff like that. In this case, we're just gonna have the calculator set a default value and just have it kind of display whatever generic value it gives. In this case, our generic value is gonna be 42, which is totally fine. And then we want to make sure that Ask Before Running is toggled off because we don't want to get prompted to run this automation. We just want it to happen when the App Store app is open. So go ahead and toggle that off, hit Don't Ask, and now hit Done. And now if we go ahead and launch our custom app icon, that banner should not show up any longer, and we now have a seamless experience all around. Now, just a caveat on this, your mileage of success is going to vary for this because of course, this is at the end of the day still a workaround. Yesterday I tried this and it was flawless and that banner never showed up. Today I tried it and it was kind of still popping up 50% of the time, and then the other 50 it wasn't, even though everything was still set up to not show. So just know that your results may vary. Things are gonna be a little weird because this is a workaround, but this is the best method we have right now to try to eliminate those banners once and for all. Next, let's go back to something much, much simpler and automatically scan a document into a virtual PDF. Just go ahead and long press on the Notes app icon on the home screen and then select the option to scan a document. This is automatically going to open up the app, get into the right function, and will allow you to automatically scan a physical document into your phone as a PDF. If you're like me, I use screen recording on my iPhone all the time. Though there is one problem with the screen recording, and that is there's not really an easy way off the bat to add in your own audio. If you wanted to walk someone through how to do something, instead of just showing them, you wanna say, okay, open this app, here's the setting I'm choosing, here's why I'm choosing it, etc., etc. It doesn't seem like there's an easy way to do this on the surface, but there actually is. You just kind of have to know where to look. So go ahead and unlock your phone and go to the screen recording icon in Control Center. And when you tap on it, go ahead and long press. By default, it's toggled off, But in our case here, we want to toggle this on. Just go ahead and tap the microphone to turn it on. So chances are at one point or another, you've used the Command F feature to kind of find a specific word or phrase or even a sentence in a really long article or a Wikipedia entry or something like that. Command F is great. It's super nice to be able to find a specific thing on a website, and it's easy to do on a computer, but not so simple or straightforward on the iPhone, though you can do it actually really simply. Go ahead and open up Safari and go to any particular website, web page, blog entry, whatever you want to open up, and then go ahead and tap on the bottom to the share icon, that little share sheet icon with the arrow. Next, we're going to scroll down and we're going to go to the Edit Actions menu at the bottom. Go ahead and tap on that. And then we're gonna add the action of Find on Page. We're gonna tap on the green arrow there, or the green little circle to add that. Go ahead and tap Done. And now you have the option, if we scroll up, to find a specific word or phrase or whatever we want to find on the page we're on. So if we tap on Find Page, we now get our little Command F search field to search for a specific word. So if we search iPhone, we can see all of the times that iPhone appears on Mac Rumors, which is going to be a lot. And we can use these arrows here to go up or down to find all the instances. This basically lets you use the Command F, kind of the search tool we're used to on kind of desktop browsers on mobile Safari. Super easy to do, very helpful if you're in a pinch. That is exactly how to turn it on and get it ready to go. This next tip is where things get really fun. So maybe you have a HomePod or two or a HomePod Mini and you really love the way it looks, even more you love the way it sounds, but you just don't love the smarts of Siri. Maybe you wish there was a way to kind of transplant a new virtual assistant in there that's more capable, a little bit more intelligent, something like an Amazon Alexa or Google Assistant, but you don't want to sacrifice kind of the audio fidelity or the ecosystem that the HomePod offers. Luckily, there is a way to do this, and you can do it today. You just need a couple of tools to make this happen. So we're gonna leave a link to everything you need to make this work down below, including a full step-by-step walkthrough on how to set this up, and a really sleek demo by John Rettinger over on his channel. He did a video on exactly how this works. You can see it in action. Check that video out if you have not already. But essentially what we're doing is we're feeding the output of a device like an Amazon Echo Dot in this case into a Raspberry Pi, and then we're running some special software on a Raspberry Pi that's going to send that audio out over the network completely wirelessly through the magic of AirPlay. So we're AirPlaying the Echo Dot to the HomePod, which gives us full access to everything Alexa can do, all the smarts, all the home, smart home control stuff, all of the music streaming capabilities, but still retaining the looks and more importantly, the audio fidelity of the HomePod. This is super cool to see in action. Again, check out that video from John if you haven't seen it already, but this is a great way to remain in the Apple ecosystem, still keep the beauty and the looks of the HomePod and the sounds of the HomePod, but kind of give it a little bit of a brain upgrade and make it a whole lot smarter. Again, full links to everything you need down below. This is a really cool hack to get things much more interesting on your HomePod and get it a whole lot smarter, but still keeping it looking great and even more importantly, sounding great as well. Now let's talk about that secret button. Chances are you've seen that before on maybe a friend's phone or you've seen it on a phone in public and you're wondering, what is that little virtual kind of white circle that looks almost like a virtual home button on the screen of an iPhone? Well, in fact, it is sort of a virtual button that works like a home button, and it's called the Assistive Touch button. It basically lets you do a whole lot of things on your iPhone. For many people, it functions as a home button when their home button is broken, but even on the newer phones that don't have a home button, it still can do a lot of really cool things. So to turn this on, head into Settings, and then go down to Accessibility, tap on Touch, tap on Assistive Touch, and then turn on Assistive Touch. So when we tap on this little virtual button here, we're gonna get a couple of different options. First off, at the bottom here, we can use it as just a basic home button. So let's say we have the camera app open and we wanna go home. Instead of swiping up, we can tap on that button and simply hit the home thing to go home. That basically works like a regular home button, and that's something you're probably very familiar with. But there's even more that it can do. If you can tap on it again, you can see you can go to Notification Center, you can open up Control Center, you can trigger Siri, among other things, and also set even more custom commands. If we hit custom here, we can see that we can long press, we can double tap, we can hold and drag. Basically, this lets you do a lot of things you would do with your finger as a gesture, without having to perform that gesture. So this is great for people who don't have full use of maybe their hand, or it's uncomfortable for them or painful to kind of move their finger across the entire display. This makes it much simpler to do different touches by assisting you with the button, hence the name Assistive Touch. If you have an iPhone 12 Pro or an iPhone 12 Pro Max, you have access to a feature that no other iPhone owner has access to currently at this point, which is Apple Pro RAW. Basically the ability to shoot RAW photos on your iPhone in Apple's RAW format that gives you a lot more customization and flexibility options when you're editing those pictures in post-production. You can adjust a lot of things like exposure, white balance, highlights, shadows, all that stuff can be much more granularly controlled with the Pro RAW setting turned on. So let's go ahead and turn on Apple Pro RAW and show you how to toggle it on or off for each individual shot you take. This one's super simple. Just head into settings, scroll down to camera, go to formats, and then just switch on Apple Pro RAW. Now what this is gonna allow you to do is turn on or off the ability to shoot photos in Apple Pro RAW. So if I open up the camera app here, you'll see at the upper right-hand corner, I have the option to shoot this photo in RAW. You can see with the little kind of line through it, it's turned off. If I tap on it and turn it on, now this photo is gonna be a RAW photo, so I can shoot it. Looks just normal. I can tap on it again, shoot a non-RAW photo. You're really gonna notice the difference here when you dig into the settings to actually edit the photo after the fact, but that's a super easy way to turn on Apple Pro RAW from a system level setting, then turn it on or off depending on the photo that you're taking at a particular time. Now, Find My iPhone is one of those tried and true iPhone features that's just super nice to have, knowing that if you lose your phone or someone steals it or something happens, you can go online and be able to search and find the exact location of your device. But one of the problems we're seeing happen a lot more frequently is that thieves are kind of getting wise to this and they're going into Control Center and then toggling on airplane mode, which is going to kill any kind of cellular radio on your phone, which will not allow it to broadcast a signal that you can pick up on iCloud.com. Luckily, there's a way to turn off Control Center being used this way so the thief can't get wise and can't turn off the cell radio, so your location will always be kind of permanently toggled on. Let me show you how to turn this on. For this, you're gonna wanna head into settings. You're gonna wanna scroll down here to Face ID and passcode. You're gonna enter in your phone's passcode, which I'm not gonna show. And then we have the option here to scroll down, and then there's a menu here for allow access when locked. So these are all the things you're able to do on your phone when the phone is locked. In this case, we don't want Control Center to be able to be accessed and used while the phone is locked. So just toggle that off. And now when your phone is in a locked state and you're not using it, someone just can't turn on airplane mode or turn off Wi-Fi. All those options will no longer be available because the phone is locked. If the phone is unlocked, you can still swipe down and access everything as per usual and as you're used to. But when the phone is locked, those features will not be available. And last but certainly not least, let me show you how to do something on your iPhone that many people will say is impossible, and that is clearing the RAM. Now, typically you don't really need to do this because Apple, and specifically the iPhone, has really good RAM management. It'll automatically kill background tasks when it doesn't deem them appropriate. When you restart your phone, this will do it as well. But there's actually a way to clear the RAM on your iPhone without having to restart it. You can actually do it in a special menu. Let me show you how to do that. But before you do that, make sure the Assistive Touch button is on because we're gonna need to use that Assistive Touch button to make this happen. So go ahead and go back to the previous tip, turn on Assistive Touch, and make sure that's on and ready to go. Once that's on, go ahead and hit the volume up button, the volume down button, and then the power button for a second to go into this slide to power off mode, but don't slide to power off. What we're actually gonna wanna do is tap on the Assistive Touch button and hold down where it says home. Hold this down for about a second or two. Your phone's gonna bump you back to the lock screen, and now the RAM has been cleared on your iPhone. So if you had maybe an app issue or something was stuttering or hanging, the RAM should be cleared and that should be all good to go. And now you can open up the app kind of with a fresh start. And that's it. Those are 12 tips, tricks, and hidden features on the iPhone to really let you take most full advantage of your iPhone and really do a lot of cool things. Again, you probably didn't even know were possible. So what's your favorite trick on this list? Is it being able to easily scan a PDF, getting rid of those annoying Siri shortcut banners, or you just want to be able to silence unknown calls and just have peace of mind knowing spammers will not be annoying you at all hours of the day? Let me know what was your favorite in the comment down below, or any other tips or tricks you happen to find you want to share with the wonderful Apple Circle community. Leave that down in the comments below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Robert Rosenfeld from the Apple Circle. I'll see ya in the next one.